There sure are a lot of devices and equipment out there purported to heal low back pain. In this section of the course, we'll discuss some strategies, aids, and some equipment that are consistent with the objectives of this course, namely stretching, strengthening, and balancing the supporting muscles, ligaments, and tendons of the lumbar region. Let's start with the swimming pool. The pool is an excellent place to stretch and also strengthen the lumbar region. So let's look at a few of these pool exercises. Here we're seeing a lumbar stretch. The hands are pulling against the side of the pool with the feet pushed up against the wall. Now here's a flutter kick. This is excellent for strengthening the abdominals and also loosening up the lumbar region. The hands are loosely held against the wall. Here's a frog kick. This balances the sacrum and the pelvis, very similar to the frog kick we were doing on the table. Here's a more advanced frog kick. Notice how the feet are being pulled closer to the buttocks and higher. Here's a reverse flutter kick. This is excellent for the abdominal region, including the transversus, the rectus abdominis, and the obliques. Here's a reverse frog kick. Notice how the feet are being pulled closer into the sacrum. Now let's try some of these exercises on a kickboard. The kickboard doesn't provide the same support as the wall provides, but at the same time it will help increase muscle and ligament strength and flexibility simply because it doesn't have that support. We've been watching the flutter kick with the kickboard here. Notice how she extends her arms over top of the kickboard. That provides a little bit more balance. And here is the reverse flutter kick. Notice how she pulls the kickboard close to the head to provide more balance. Now here's a more advanced pull exercise, the dolphin kick. Notice how the lower spine undulates with the legs and feet. This can be a difficult thing to master, so starting gradually is best. But it's an incredible exercise in terms of loosening as well as strengthening the lumbar region and its associated muscles, including the abdominal region. Another piece of equipment that can be used to stretch and strengthen the lumbar region is the Pilates ball. But because the Pilates ball also has little or no support, it can also be a hazardous device to use. Here we're going to review a few safe exercises with the Pilates ball as well as a few cautionary exercises. The best place to start with the Pilates ball is to carefully lean over it and let the belly lay on the top and just hang over the top. This can be a nice stretching exercise for the lumbar region and the sacral area. The stretch can be extended upward into the pelvis and sacral region, and it can come back, whatever feels comfortable. Another useful Pilates ball exercise is the back stretch. This is similar to the chair pull, but notice the difficulty here is getting the spine straight. It can be done as best as possible on the knees. Another useful exercise is a reverse back stretch. This is not only a good stretch, but it also helps create the anti-lever position we discussed in the posture section. Many offices now use the Pilates ball as an office chair. This is not recommended because the ball provides very little support to the lumbar region, and this can stress the lumbar muscles over a day at the office. However, for a short duration, the ball can be used as exercise. This can be supplemented by a side-to-side hip movement that can stretch the obliques as well as strengthen some of the pelvic muscles and ligaments. The ball can also be used for a fetal stretch, but this is probably better to do in a chair because of the lack of support that the ball gives you. An incredible exercise for the Pilates ball is a coordination and balance exercise. Here we're placing one foot upon the ball and we're balancing by standing on the other foot, and this actually helps strengthen and build the vertebral muscles. Here the same exercise is used but with the straight leg placed upon the ball. As these muscles work to remain standing, this helps build balance and coordination along with strengthening those tiny spinal and sacral muscles. And obviously it's best to do both sides, create balance among the musculature. Let's discuss another important device for the low back, and that is the inversion chair. As we're demonstrating here, the inversion chair flips back and basically reverses posture so that you're hanging from the stirrups. The inversion chair is most known for elongating the spine, but it also loosens and strengthens those small vertebral muscles and ligaments that are so important for balance and strength. So let's demonstrate this. So we're going to put our feet in the stirrups. There's a number of different types, but this is a pretty standard inversion chair. So we're going to gradually lean back until we're not completely inverted. Here, let's show from the side angle here. You don't want to go directly from standing into a complete inversion. It's best to work into it gradually, and to also do it for just a few minutes the first few times. But now we're going into a almost complete inversion, but you notice that it is not a complete inversion. Now we're doing a little bit of head lifting. This helps lengthen and stretch the spinal erectors. Here's a bent leg inversion chair. This takes a little bit of stress off the lumbar region, especially for those that find it a little dizzying to use a regular inversion chair. This next device is similar to what's called a VAX-D table, which is basically an elongating device. It performs a similar action on the spine as an inversion chair does, but this device utilizes an active motion where the armpits are put over the top stirrups and pushed down, and that stretches the spine and the erectors. Next, we're going to look at a lumbar stretching device. This is very similar to the chair stretch that we showed using a pole as well as a chair earlier on. This is another stretching device, but this also helps the sacroiliac joint reposition itself, and it also stretches the lumbar musculature. This is a posture aid. It can be used as a desk chair. It basically puts the lower spine into a position where you want to sit correctly. Another strategy for keeping the low back region healthy is the infrared sauna. Infrared radiation penetrates the dermal layers of the skin and expands the blood vessels, increases blood flow, and also relaxes the muscle fibers. So it's extremely beneficial for the muscles and ligaments and tendons of the lumbar region. The infrared sauna is an excellent way to detoxify the bloodstream as well as the general tissues in the lumbar region. And detoxification means less risk of cramping and other muscle imbalances. A healthy diet is critical to a healthy back. This is because the muscles, ligaments, tendons, the discs, the nerves, and all of the other tissues, even the bones, require good nutrients in order to facilitate balance, flexibility, and a lack of spasming or other difficulties with the low back. For this reason, we advise a diet with lots of greens, good oils such as coconut oil, flaxseed oil, walnut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, and yogurt, fruits, whole nuts and seeds, and whole grains. Sprouted grains are especially good. A smoothie is an excellent way to help detoxify the bloodstream. Fruit as well as flax seeds, kefir, some green foods like spirulina, chlorella, wheatgrass. Mix it up into a delicious smoothie. It's a great way to hydrate as well as provide nutrients to those muscles of the lumbar region. Hydration is especially critical for the lumbar region because the discs, the muscles, bones, ligaments, tendons all require water to function properly. Mineral water is especially good because it contains magnesium, calcium, potassium, and other ions, and these ions, especially magnesium, help relax the muscle fibers. Speaking of relaxing the muscles, meditation is an excellent way to reduce stress and take pressure off of the lumbar region. This means breathing deeply, finding a comfortable place to sit or walk, and letting the mind relax. Tai Chi is an excellent way to accomplish this. Meditative prayer is also a great way to achieve this relaxation. Another strategy is called grounding. Here we can simply lie down on the ground, connecting our back with the surface of the earth, either by laying on the grass somewhere, or laying on the beach, or on a rock, somewhere where the surface of the ground is accommodating to the back, yet a place where we can lie comfortably with the knees raised to give us full contact with the grounding electromagnetic energy of the earth. Massage is an excellent way to loosen and lengthen the various muscles of the lumbar region and the entire spine. Let's look at a diagram here of how the muscles are arranged. Now let's demonstrate how a good massage is done. It's obviously good to have a partner we can trust and knows the technique, or you can do it professionally. Beware of professional masseuses who like to pound on the back. That is not beneficial for a stressed, tight, and painful lumbar region. Notice here that we're actually stretching by stroking the muscles, flattening them. And we're also moving in such a way that lengthens the erector spinae as well as the rhomboids and the various other muscles. See how we're tying in the other muscle groups. We can see here again how the muscles are arranged. See how we come down and then we pull apart and we come back up. The thumbs aligning with the spine. Pulling up is pretty important. Pushing down is as well, but when you push down, come to the top of the pelvis and then turn and come on back. Just stroke deeply but not stressfully. Ask your partner to breathe. Some relaxing music can help as well. You can go sideways as well, but be careful here. This should be a fairly light stroke, not too deep, because this can actually tighten the muscle fibers. You want to be traveling with the muscle fibers as much as possible, but this can provide a little bit of loosening as well as increased circulation. That's another big benefit of massage, is that increases the circulation to those muscle groups as well as the ligaments and tendons that connect the vertebrae. So here we're spreading the fingers. This actually helps flatten and lengthen the fibers, pulling them apart. A good homemade massage oil is critical for a great lumbar massage. This oil I'm using is a combination of olive oil, coconut oil, and St. John's wort oil. A good oil for muscle tension. The philosophy of this course is that most low back pain is not due to bulging discs or misaligned spines. Most low back pain is due to stress, tight muscles, imbalanced muscle groups, and in general, poor posture and other habits that tend to stress the various ligaments and muscles of the lower spine. This course has identified a number of different exercises ranging from stretching to strengthening to manual exercises that reposition the muscles as well as the spinal column, and exercises that provide support and balance. This is the philosophy here It's not meant to be medical advice. You should definitely consult your doctor if you have ongoing low back pain. Thanks for joining us. Be well.